So yesterday we talked about Flying Colors' second album and how it just absolutely nailed the idea of what a progressive record is all about. And only their second disc, and how their maturity has really taken leaps and bounds in just 2 albums. Let's talk about another album that came out that same day, because both of these came out September 30th, this past Tuesday. Black Crown Initiate, with the Wreckage of Stars. This is their debut full-length album. They had released an EP last year that had gotten some critical acclaim, and, well, definitely got the people buzzing a little bit about this band, about this group, this strange collection of guys from Reading, Pennsylvania. That's right, Pennsylvania, my backyard, my stomping grounds. Reading is on the opposite side of the state, which explains why these guys are good, which explains why these guys are signed, and why they are actually making some waves. Yeah, that is a subtle jab. So Black Crown Initiate. This is a band that really is able to fuse a hybrid of a couple of different genres in order to really make some pretty creative metal. They throw in elements of death metal, they throw in elements, a little bit of black metal, and a little bit of melodic death metal, which I guess you could classify under death metal if you really wanted to, all with a little bit of progressive tweak here and there, and there you go. Voila. Think about Opeth, think about, Eson's solo work, think about some Emperor even, especially whenever we consider Prometheus, The Discipline of Fire and Demise. It's definitely an album that I consider to be a bit complimentary, and I even could throw in a little bit of Dark Fortress just for good measure, though Black Crown Initiate really handle things in their own way. This is an album that, in its roughly 53-minute length runtime, definitely is able to showcase the different strengths and weaknesses of all of their abilities to kind of genre hop. The one thing that I do like is the balance between the rough and gruff vocals and the cleans. The cleans are something that pop up every so often, so the balance is a lot more in the favor of the harsh vocals, but both are very well centered. And the cleans remind me a little bit of really a band that perhaps the name that comes up to me is Communic. However, Communic's cleans, since that's really their main endeavor, their main idea, definitely have a lot more polish, refinement, and definitely sound as though that's supposed to be your center point. But as far as cleans are concerned, that is kind of comparable, and these are pretty darn good. They definitely give a little bit of an extra oomph or a chutzpah to this, and that's again where I kind of think of Dark Fortress a little bit. I think of the song Wraith off of Elam, where they actually pull one of their friends in order to sing this track, and man oh man, the tone and the haunting philosophy behind that track is just magnificent and just elevates it to so many different degrees and percentages. So the principal aspect about this album that's very nice is how well oriented it feels, how well it flows, how well it kind of maintains its own orientation as opposed to really deviating and going off course and kind of flying off the handle. I was a bit concerned about this because the very first track felt very focused and really showcased a lot of the different elements that Black Crown Initiates really have to offer. And then we moved into track 2, which was about half the runtime, and just felt like it was just straightforward with the death metal idea, or the mellow black, or the mellow death idea, whichever you really wish to classify. Because at this point in time, the classification really doesn't matter. But that focus kind of felt like it was trying to showcase a little bit of diversity, a little bit of creativity, kind of, really have this album not just be all about what they proved on the first track. And it comes off as kind of a weak follow-up to the first track, but it's still a very, very decently crafted mellow death or mellow black song. They definitely feel like they refined their focus as this album continues, as we move to the middle portion of this, and then once we finally get to the title track, we have encountered a 6-minute instrumental, which definitely harkens me to some ideas that could even throw Opeth and these other bands that I've mentioned in with a little twinge of maybe some Agalloch. And of course, whenever I mention that name, everybody freaks out. Whenever I mention that name, everybody immediately wants to hear it. But there is a subtle element of truth to it, and it's certainly good company to be in. I like this song a lot because it's able to use its own independent atmosphere really to its advantage. It's able to really undulate between kind of just calmly presenting itself with kind of an eerie vibe to getting into something that's a little bit more hard-edged, something that has a little bit more aggression, a little more backbone behind it, and overall just delivers a fantastic instrumental experience. What I find interesting is that we have 2 other 5-minute tracks that both are able to hold their own, and then we close with a 2-minute long song, which is just kind of out of the ordinary, but it is an out of the ordinary track that definitely closes the album on a heightened note. Wow, I mean, this is a debut that you will talk about for a while. These guys have certainly gotten a lot of attention from the underground metal community, and it's starting to boil over into the surface. And it's something that should continue even more so. It's something that should continue to really brew and develop, because this is a very promising debut. This is a tremendously well-executed and well-tailored album, and one that definitely showcases all of the band's strengths, all without really making you feel like this is the bulk of the diversity, that this is the bulk of the creativity, that this is what they will be from album to album. I still feel there's enough mystery behind Black Crown Initiate that future records will probably involve a degree of experimentation to it, a degree of real exploration. And that's something that I am really excited to hear and really hope will continue. And I would like to see these guys take almost like a Mastodon career path, where each progressing album, they add a little bit more or add a little something different and give their sound a little bit more of a density and a little bit more of a diversity. Not to say that what they have isn't enough, because they have some diversity, but to add on to that, to add layers, to really make yourself a complete band, damn. Reading, PA, you guys have something to really be proud of. 86. Now let's make it 87 out of 100. Really great debut. Really solid disc. I have not been this taken aback by a band that I have never listened to before since Hail Spirit Noir from earlier this year, from January. And that was an experience. That was truly an experience. Definitely check out the review for Oi Magoy and check out the album, and you'll know exactly what I mean. But damn, this easily could be the debut of the year. This easily could be the newcomer of the year. I am excited for the future of this band. I'm very excited. What did you guys think? What did you guys think, Cover Killer Nation, about The Wreckage of Stars by Black Crown Initiate? Like it, didn't like it? What are some of your favorite tracks? Let me know in the comments. Somebody link this to these guys. I want them to know that it has the nation's seal of approval. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.